Today on BRStv, we're going to discuss a few ways to make water changes easier. Hi, I'm Ryan, host of BRStv, where each week we cover a new topic related to reefing. This week we're going to show you a few ways to make water changes easier. But before all that, I think we need to hit on what makes them a pain in the first place. First, we have to wait for our RO system to produce enough water and heat up, which can easily take a day. Second, measuring the correct amount of salt is a pain. Many people end up adding some salt, measuring, adding some more, measuring, coming back in 30 minutes, measuring again, and so on. This can be a giant time suck. Third, actually removing the water and replacing it is a lot of work. And it's important that we replace the exact same amount of water. If we don't, evaporation and top-off water will mess with the salinity of the tank. There are a few ways we can solve most of these issues, starting with producing and heating the water. First, if you have the space, get 2 of the same size containers for making salt water and throw a 3-way valve on it. This way you always have salt water produced from your last batch on hand, as well as a container of fresh water heated and ready for salt. When one is empty, simply turn the knob so it fills the other. You can also save some energy by putting a timer on the container with the fresh water. If you know there's basically no chance you'll ever do a water change on anything other than a Sunday, you can set the timer to heat and aerate the water on Saturday night and turn off Sunday night, which will cut the power consumption to about 15% of running it all the time. I would, however, keep the one containing salt water heated with some flow to prevent precipitation issues. The next thing you can do is select saltwater containers which are a similar size as the water changes you want to do. This way you can mark a line in the tank which is 35 gallons, coupled with a container which holds 35 gallons, which makes matching volumes in and out of the tank fairly easy to do. This will also allow you to completely empty the fresh saltwater container. This can help eliminate the whole process of adding small amounts of salt over and over trying to get the right salinity. It's pretty easy if you're working with the same volume of fresh water each time, because it should use the same amount of salt each time as well, eliminating that testing and wasted time. Now, this won't always be absolutely perfect every time, but it will get you very close. As to removing the salt water from the tank, everyone hates hauling buckets around and cleaning up that mess you leave behind as they slosh all over the place. These water change hoses that start the siphon by turning on the faucet are super convenient, and all the tank water goes directly down the drain. If where you store your new salt water is close enough, it's absolutely worthwhile to get a strong submersible pump and some tubing so you can just pump the water to your tank rather than haul buckets all over the place. Look for something big so it's quick and easy. Since this pump will only be on for a few minutes a couple times a month, try finding something used. Local reef clubs typically have a sale form filled with stuff like this. Otherwise, one of the larger C-shape pumps handle head pressure really well. Well, setting some of this stuff up requires time and isn't free. Other than equipment failure, it's been my experience that poor water change schedules are one of the biggest direct causes of tank teardowns, largely because your beautiful tank starts losing random corals, others are browning out, and somewhere between 12 and 24 months, algae completely takes over the tank and becomes an eyesore in your home. If doing any of these things mentioned today will help you maintain a better water change schedule, it's absolutely worth the time and cost. One last note, people are always asking where we get these nice large containers from. We don't sell them because it'd be too expensive to ship, but you can typically find them cheapest at a local farm supply store or searching for a large plumbing supply near you, which should have them. We use the Norwesco brand, so you could call them and ask for a distributor in your area as well. If you have any tips on how you do your water changes, it's time to share them down in the comments area below. Your fellow reefers will appreciate it. If this is your first time with us, we do this every week, so subscribe and join in on the fun. Thank you for watching BRStv.